Greetings. So, I'm making this video to tell a story. Not necessarily to as many people as I can. I want to tell this story because I don't want to forget it. And every time I try to write about it, I just leave the page blank. Granted, this did happen I think about 4 days ago. So, yeah. I took about like a piece of a gram. I didn't wait. A piece of a gram of mushrooms because I was learning how to use it as a teacher, as a tool to learn. No, I don't want to talk about that much here, no, but I was coming off of a trip. It was not much of a trip. It was like maybe 0.2 grams if I think about it. So it was negligible. It was a microdose. But I took it and for the whole day. Whole day I didn't eat. So I woke up around 8 and the trip, like I took the mushroom sometime like at like 10 or so. And I didn't eat anything. So around in the evening I got pretty hungry. Went down to Burger King. And as I'm waiting to pick the food up, granted, I didn't have enough cash to buy another meal. So it was just the Burger King. That for the day at least. And when I was waiting to pick up my food, I saw this kid outside and he was very dirty and like tattered, and he looks too young to be as hungry as he seems. You know, too young to be suffering like that. And for someone that has experienced like a deep hunger, not because like I couldn't have any food. Well, not in that moment at least. I'd say I've experienced hunger. You know what I mean? But not starved. So to experience some of what it looks like he's going through, and like to see him go through that, it hurt, you know? And as soon as I got my food, I went out and I asked him if he was hungry. No, I hadn't eaten all day. But there's only choices, no excuses. But I gave him the fries. It was like a large fry. And I had water and a burger. And I gave him that. He said, "Thank you, sir," like very respectfully. And I went about my day. And as I'm walking to where I'm going, I'm crying. Crying but not bawling yet. Until I came back to the sound sanctuary, which is where I am now. And then I just broke down. And I felt so bad, mainly because of the fact that I have the option to buy water, like down there if I need it. I have the option of getting food, you know, going home and eating. Like, why didn't I give him all that I had? You know, so it was just going around in my head, and I was like, what does it take to be that hungry and see someone with that much more than you? And see people walking past you, driving past you daily, seeing you suffer, seeing you beg and not do anything about it. And you're not like deeply upset with the world, deeply upset with me. Why isn't it geared to me? Why isn't it geared to everybody? His pain, you know what I mean? And how did he turn such a deep pain into respect for anybody? You know what I mean? It was very respectful on his end, and he taught me a lot. And ever since that day, like not ever since that day, every time I pass that, I'm always looking out for him. But I never see him. I haven't seen him in the 4 days that happened. I haven't seen him anywhere. And I remember him like vividly. No. What was I saying? Yeah. So it was very emotional, and it made me realize something, but I'll get to that later. After I had that experience, I met up with my brother and we were hanging out, and another thing too kind of made me even more depressed in a way was the fact that when my brother came here to meet me here, he had food and he openly shared it with me. So it's not like if I gave everything to that child, it wouldn't have come back to me. Or the food wouldn't have come back to me in some sense. I didn't need to have any food after meeting him. I could have just given him everything. And I wish I did. But I can't live with that regret anymore. But what I can do which I learned how to do and I'm doing, is after that I decided, okay, I'm gonna make a fundraiser. I don't like, if I can do anything about people being hungry, I'm gonna do something about that at a minimum. You know, there are still other needs to be met, but I'm not claiming or trying to be a savior. What I want to do is alleviate some financial pressure off of whoever I can. So I decided to make a GoFundMe, and I decided to start reaching out to other small businesses or any business that I can find that I do have the opportunity to speak with someone like who's in a high level of power, I guess. And I'm talking to them about getting non-perishable foods, school supplies, since school is reopening and it's right around the corner. It's July right now. I think school reopens in September, in Jamaica at least. Some schools, most schools. So school supplies, feminine hygiene products, non-perishable foods like rice and canned goods and stuff. Anything we can do to help. Anything we can do to help. And it's not limited only to what we just said, like toothbrushes, toothpaste, and that's outside of the GoFundMe. I'm planning to use the cash from the GoFundMe to do a major like cookout. So we're gonna cook a bunch of food. That's what the GoFundMe is gonna fund. Yeah, so cook a bunch of food, box it up, go around finding any hungry person that's in dire need of just food, and get that to them. And if anyone is hungry and wants to stop by, they can stop by. I'm planning on doing that September 10th. So on the same day we do the cookout and the food distribution and everything, we're gonna box up school supplies, hygiene products, feminine hygiene products, the non-perishable foods as like grocery boxes. So I don't want to just be able to give them one meal. I want to give them maybe a week's worth of rice at a minimum, toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, baby formula, diapers, stuff like that. Shit that can actually take some pressure off of them. So for a long enough time, not just a day. And again, I'm not trying to be a savior. I'm trying to help however I can help. And hopefully people might see me, what I'm doing, and either want to support that or do something similar for their own communities, you know? And I'm planning on scaling this to the point where, by the way, I don't mind talking about like my plans for using this in a business sense, because I feel like people should be doing this, and the more I get the word out, the more someone might be inspired to do something like that for themselves. Now I'm planning on doing like a philanthropy branch of a business I have, and the philanthropy branch is essentially a place where if anyone wants to support or wants to help us feed a nation, which is the name of the GoFundMe, whoever wants to help feed a nation can donate to that, and then we could directly distribute that to any community in need. So we could start off with one community and let's say have a branch there, like a building somewhere that we keep all of our stuff or some of our stuff or enough stuff for that community. So you could get like a week's supply of rice every week. Every Sunday you'd come and get a week worth of rice, you know? So you never have to buy rice in that community. And we could like fill it with toilet paper even. So you don't have to buy rice or toilet paper when you're a member of that community or anyone that's in need. And we're gonna scale that to where a major portion of like needs are covered enough, much more than they were. Like if a community needs water, we'd build pumps and build like infrastructure for that once we're making enough money to do that. And I'm planning on making that a non-profit. So I'm making that, these are not just plans. These are things I'm implementing and working towards. So I'm already speaking with businesses. The GoFundMe is already set up and it's in the link in the bio, because I think this is my first YouTube video. So if you do want to donate, it's there. And I'm in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And the funds will go to helping people in Montego Bay, Jamaica, because I see a lot of communities in this parish where they are in need of help, that type of help too. So this is to do both things actually, just to be a reminder to myself as to why I'm doing this, to tell people why I'm doing this, to tell people what I'm doing, and if anyone wants to help, you can donate to that. Or if you are a business place in Jamaica and want to help, and you want to just do a positive thing for your community, reach out to me or donate to the GoFundMe. I'll post my other social links in the description. And if you want to assist, I'm gonna set up some storage place. Not sure where exactly, but we do have places to store non-perishable items so that when September 10th, again, which is when I'm doing the giveaway, the distribution, we can have stuff in stock already that we don't need to buy, that we'll already have donated to us. So yeah, thanks for watching, and share, subscribe, like, I don't know this YouTube thing, but yeah.